And then it shall be free.
What's up, everybody? It's Young here with day 23 of the Metal Gear Solid 5 Countdown Retrospective. 1 week down, 3 weeks and 2 days to go. Yesterday I talked about hints that Kojima provided regarding the rumored avatar creation system for Phantom Pain, so be sure to check that out if you haven't done so yet. Today I would like to talk about another major feature about Phantom Pain that was teased in the month of December of 2011. This next bit of information comes from CNN. On December 20th, 2011, the website published an article detailing their phone interview with Hideo Kojima, and he had a lot to share about his next project. Here are some noteworthy quotes from the article. The kind of game I'm making is some game that has a very wide entrance, a very open entrance. Rather than making something very cinematic, I plan to make something very free. These are quotes from Hideo Kojima himself. In another section of the article, CNN paraphrased other details that Kojima provided, stating the following. Kojima has called his upcoming game Project Ogre. In the interview, he described it as being in a very open world where players can wander around and explore freely. Players should still be able to find new sights and worthwhile adventures after having played the game for as many as 100 hours. If this all sounds familiar to you, that's because what Kojima shared with CNN are all major aspects of Phantom Pain. When Kojima talked about having a very wide and open entrance, he was clearly hinting at the multiple paths from which missions and objectives could be tackled in Phantom Pain, thanks to the open world. And speaking of which, Kojima confirmed through this article that his next game would feature an open world, allowing players to wander and explore freely. Hell, he even confirmed that his next project would be so big that people could play 100 hours and still find new sights and worthwhile adventures. Now keep in mind that this was December of 2011, when nobody knew what this Project Ogre was, and because of how uncharacteristic of Metal Gear these new details were, I think this article threw a lot of people off. Just when they thought, oh, this has to be a Metal Gear game, bam, Kojima starts talking about open world, wide and open entrances, and hundreds of hours of gameplay. Let's face it, that just sounds like an open world RPG game. But perhaps what threw people off most was Kojima's statement saying that for his next game, he would make something very free rather than something very cinematic. That's like the complete opposite of the Metal Gear people knew at the time. But as we would come to learn years later, it's not that his next game wouldn't be cinematic, but rather that it would focus on gameplay and the freedom of infiltration. There are cutscenes in Phantom Pain, but according to those who attended the MGSV preview event, they are much more diluted and dispersed because of how rich in gameplay the game is, so that's what he meant. Looking back at the article now, I think it's very cool to see that Hideo Kojima wasn't just bluffing about the ambitious features of his new project. He delivered on all accounts, which is a thing of rarity nowadays. And with that, I would like to end day 23 of the Metal Gear Solid 5 Countdown Retrospective. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts and theories were when you read this article at the time. And to be further updated on the MGS5 Countdown Retrospective, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!